Okay, so it's good to be back again, by this time virtually. We would be going through where we left off on Friday. So quickly, I'll share my screen. So Friday, it's left 2 notebooks that we are supposed to run to get the outcome of the area, the prediction that you'll be working on. But before we delve into the notebook, for the area that we were working with, we had a shapefile. So Marco gave me the boundary shapefile of that particular area. This is the doso area. And this one, I share it with you. Please, if you've downloaded the folder that contains the doso area, kindly come to the data folder, then click on the upload files. If you click on the upload files, a dialog will open for you. So within the dialog, locate the shape files, the doso shape files, which I have here, locate it all, then select everything, then click on open. Another file that I also added was the doso_grade.jjc. This file will help us to be able to compute the whole region of doso for the work. So please also upload the doso_grade.jjc. The reason why we created the grade is with the sandbox, we are limited in terms of memory size. And if you are going to run it for a bigger area, you end up with the sandbox telling you that kernel has died. So one of the alternatives, or one of the ways that we can run for a bigger area without the kernel dying, is to create a grid for the study area. And how is a grid done? If you have QGIS, you can open the QGIS just as I've opened mine here. Then within the QGIS, you upload the shapefile that you want to work with. The shapefile that I want to work with here is the doso shapefile. So I'm going to upload the doso area of interest. Okay. So this is the doso area of interest for our study area. And so this is the study area for doso, the doso region. So the next step is for us to create a grade for this bigger area, so that at the end of the day, the sandbox will be able to compute it. And that's how to create a grade. You go to vector, then you come to research tools. At the research tools, you choose grade. So once you click on choose grade, this dialog will open for you. On the dialog, you change the grade type to rectangle. If you prefer diamond, if you prefer hexagon, it all depends on you. But then don't let us complicate it. Let's make it rectangle. Then the extent. How do you want the grid? The extent the grid should cover. So at this side, we click on this drop down here. Then you pick a calculate from layer. Then the layer you will pick the dosu. Then the next one is the horizontal spacing. Here is where you have to take into consideration the units that you are working it. If our shapefile was in meters, you will see that here will change to meters. But because ours is in degrees, that's why you are seeing it in degrees here, because you're using the 4326 coordinates. So for degrees, what our advice is you should make the spacing between 0.3 to 0.5. But for us, we are going to use 0.5. So for the horizontal spacing, you make 0.5. Then the vertical spacing also make it 0.5. After making it 0.5, you click on run. Once you click on run, you see that the grid will be generated for you. But you see that the grid is quite bigger and our area of interest is within the grid. So how do we make sure that we are able to just clip the grid to our area of interest? You will come to the vector plug, you click on the vector, then you come to geoprocessing. Then under geoprocessing tools, you choose clip. Once you choose on the clip, it will ask you for two layers. The first one is input layer. Under the input layer, the one you want to clip is the grade. So you have to choose grade because grade is the one you want to clip. And what feature do you want to use to clip to remove the outline? Is the dorsal area of interest. So you maintain the dorsal area of interest. Then after that, you click on run. Once you click on run, then you click on a close. You see that right now we have our grade within the dorsal region. And from here, sorry, I think I made a mistake. Let me check something. Sorry, let me redo this. So from here, you'll be able to export it. Let me just do a quick recap here. So the coordinate that I talked about, I mean that horizontal distance was supposed to be 0.05, not 0.5. That's what I wanted. So you come back to research tools, then you go to the grid. Then you choose the polygon, then the grid extent, you choose those. Please, the spacing is 0.05, not 0.5, 0.05. Please, then after I click on run. So this is the grid that is to be created for us. Then you go back to the vector, you go to research tools, you click on it. Sorry, not create. Go back to the vector, geoprocessing tools, you click on the clip. Then the input layer will be the grid, the output layer will be the dorsal. Then you click on run. So once you click on run, you notice that our shape, so we can turn the grid off. You notice that this is going to be our clip. After having the clip, there are various ways you can save it. Because we wanted to make sure that everything is working, we stored it in the memory of the QGIS. That means it hasn't been saved. But you could have also saved it on the fly. But once you confirm that here the grid is okay, we would right click, then go to export, save feature as for the grid. So once you bring the save feature, this dialog will open for you. Then how you want to save it. So maybe you choose the area you want to save it. So maybe I'll save it dorsal grade _2. Then I'll click on save. Then the format. If you want JSON come with one file, or if you want shape file, you can look for the Esri shape file. Yeah, so you can look at it for the Esri shape file. Then once you identify all these settings, you click on OK. Then it will export the shape file for you or the JSON for you. So this is the step on how the grid was created. The distance, the vertical distance, and the horizontal distance supposed to be 0.05 for the spacing. So after the grid was created, then you come back to the notebook. This one I sent 2 additional notebooks. One will overwrite the existing notebook then one won't overwrite. So the 7 create country map will overwrite, won't overwrite, but the 8 calculate crop statistics will overwrite the crop statistics. Once you have done that, what you do is you come to the load packages, then you click on the run, just as you've been doing. You come to the 2, then you click on run. You come to the 3, whereby you connect the notebooks to our folders, and you also click on the run. Remember, everything that you've done up to this point, all of them was saved.
Sorry to interrupt. Sorry to
Yes.
interrupt. Can you please zoom because it's too small. You cannot. Your screen is too small. Can you zoom it, please? Do you hear
You
me?
want me to zoom in?
Yeah, please, because I
Okay,
just okay.
that's fine, no problem. But how is it now?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay. So remember from the previous folders that we already worked on, from notebook 1 to notebook 6, all these files were saved along the way. So it depends on how you save the notebook 6. Let's go back to the notebook 6 and remember. The notebook 6, sorry, the notebook 5, where we did the fit classifier. That's what I'm going to open. So that's the one I'm talking about. So the fit classifier, after you fix everything and we're good with it, we save the results here. So we save 2 results, the job lib and the JSON. We save the job lib and the JSON for the 2 files. So these 2 files is what you carry on for the next activity. These 2 files is what you carry on for the next activity. So if you come to the notebook 7, these are the 2 files. So if you rename the fit classifier at your side, you have to make sure that the job lib and the JSON corresponds to the name that you chose for that area, for the area of interest. Hello, Bako.
Yeah, so I think there is a need to sum up what you said. I don't know if, unfortunately, we didn't, we don't know exactly who will translate, but I think it's my role. I have to translate. Je sais pas, j'ai demandé la même parce que là où nous sommes, je pense que il est nécessaire de faire au moins le point de tout ce qu'Edouard a dit. Ou bien tout le monde est en train de suivre, on peut avancer.
Bon, pour moi, ça va, hein, je sais pas.
Ok. Et,
Parce que
Étienne, c'est bon? Moussa?
Oh, oui, si on peut.
Ok, donc ce qu'il a dit, et je crois que quand nous nous sommes séparés, logiquement, on était au niveau de notebook numéro 6. Alors la question maintenant, je ne sais pas si les uns et les autres ont pu faire tourner bien le notebook numéro 6. C'est là-bas qu'on s'est séparés et il devrait travailler sur le notebook numéro 7. Donc, le notebook numéro 7, là, il faut dire que comme nous travaillons à l'échelle d'une région qui a été identifiée, pour le Niger, c'est Dosso, pour le Burkina. Rappelez-moi encore
Beaucoup de
la partie.
Mohun.
Ah, Mouhoun,
Beaucoup
voilà.
de Mohun, voilà.
Beaucoup de Mouhoun, donc c'est là-bas. Autrement dit, pour le Niger, comme Edouard n'avait pas ça, j'ai extrait la partie d'Osso, je l'ai envoyé. Donc ce polygone-là, je l'ai aussi partagé dans le groupe. Je crois que la boucle du Mouhoun aussi a dû être partagée. Autrement dit, vous avez ce chef-file-là. Le notebook numéro 7, quand il va faire tourner, quand on aura notre modèle qui est calé, l'objectif, c'est de faire en sorte qu'on ait des sorties du modèle pour couvrir toute notre zone d'étude. Mais comme kernel, parfois, quand on tourne sur une région qui est assez vaste, il dit qu'il est mort, donc on peut avancer. C'est pourquoi ici, on essaie de scinder la région en grilles. Donc, quand on la scinde en grilles, par exemple, on fait des grilles de 0,05 degrés. Donc, on a des petits carrés qui sont là-dedans. Et il va faire le traitement à l'intérieur de ces petits carrés qu'on a pu générer comme grilles. Et à la fin, maintenant, il va les assembler ensemble pour avoir maintenant ou la carte de Dosso ou bien la carte de Mohun. Donc, voilà un peu l'exercice. Maintenant, il est reparti sur les fichiers qu'on est censé générer depuis le 5, le 6. Vous savez qu'on les a renommés aussi. Tantôt, on dit Dosso et on donne le nom qui suit. Tantôt, pour le Burkina, je ne sais pas, comme vous avez travaillé, Marc, Jean-Marc et Étienne, ce que vous avez mis, normalement, vous devez vous retrouver dans ces fichiers. Donc, voilà un peu la synthèse que je voulais faire pour permettre à chacun de suivre. Est-ce qu'après ça, il y a encore des questions?
Euh, oui, comme il a généré pour le cas de Dosso, le fichier qu'il vient de présenter dans QSIS. Et pour nous, par exemple, qui
Oui?
avons eu à travailler avec beaucoup de monde, on n'avait pas encore pu générer ce fichier-là. Je me demande comment on pourra poursuivre, quoi, si on n'a pas ce fichier, ou bien nous, on se rabat encore sur Dosso pour pouvoir continuer les...
OK. Ok, de deux choses. C'est pourquoi avant qu'on ne commence la formation, je vous ai envoyé la capture d'écran pour vous dire, voilà, au niveau du dosso. Et si vous maîtrisez normalement Quantum Gist, c'est quelque chose qui prend maximum 2 3 minutes pour générer ça. Donc, vous appelez le chef file de la boucle de Muhun et vous partez dans la commande sur les fichiers vecteurs là et vous dites que vous voulez générer une grille sur la base donc, de la zone qui est la boucle de Muhun et vous générez avec 0,05 et vous allez avoir ce fichier-là. Et c'est ce fichier que vous allez utiliser. Donc, chaque file, c'est la boucle du Moodle en intégralité. Et maintenant, vous allez aussi scinder ça en grille. Je ne sais pas si vous allez faire ça à temps ou bien on va vous attendre que vous le générez ou bien on le fait, on vous renvoie.
Notre docteur, allô?
Oui, on
Allô?
t'entend, on t'entend, on
Oui,
t'entend.
c'est une question, c'est la manip a été enregistrée tout à l'heure. Jusqu'au sur le jeu enregistré, tout ce qui est fait comme manip est enregistré. Donc, tu n'as pas à craindre, après on pourra répondre tranquillement suivant ce qui a été fait par Edward. Voilà. Je ne sais pas si.
Le volume était fort là, j'ai pas très.
Non,
Vous
j'ai dit
pouvez le
simplement
répéter?
que j'ai dit simplement
Oui,
comme le lien Zoom est enregistré, comme la vidéo est enregistrée,
Ok,
au-delà de faire toute la manipulation pour nous,
ok,
après, tranquillement, on pourra produire la même chose avec d'autres provinces ou d'autres régions. Donc, je dis là-dessus, Étienne, qui n'a pas à s'inquiéter, à partir du moment où c'est enregistré, on pourra le prendre. Donc, c'est bien qu'on se concentre exclusivement sur ce dossier, parce que une fois qu'on finit ça, on a juste à refaire changement en suivant pas à pas ce qui a été fait dans la vidéo qui sera partagée.
ok, c'est bon.
Voilà, parce que c'est parce que si on
voilà.
va faire quitter le radio et quitter Dosso, aller à Moulin, on a juste 2 heures, c'est pas sûr qu'on va finir. C'est un temps, c'est pendant que les gens ont d'autres options après. Donc on reste concentré sur focus sur Dosso, c'est enregistré, c'est la même impression, c'est juste le nom qui change. Je pense qu'il n'y a pas de souci, quoi.
Ok, pas de problème.
Voilà, donc comme
Donc,
M.
on
Badji
a
l'a
fait.
souligné,
Donc, c'est bon alors, Étienne. Si vous êtes d'accord
voilà,
avec ça,
donc
on
comme
peut
on aura
avancer.
l'enregistrement après, on pourra
D'accord.
suivre avec l'exemple de Dosso et puis bon, on pourra l'implémenter par la suite pour le cas de notre région, quoi. Donc ça
D'accord.
marche.
C'est bon, merci. Okay, so I think I sum up what you said, Edward. The floor is yours now.
Okay, Bakwe, thank you very much. And this is recorded, so at the end of the day, you can also get a chance to go through it.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so once you make sure that all these documents from the notebook 5 is in 8, then you come to your load of, then you come to the next cell where you're going to load the area of interest. Last week we explained the grade because we want to make sure that everything is turned into meters. So the system will automatically project it on the fly, irrespective of whatever coordinate system you put here. So for cell 6, you specify the doso_grade.jjc file I shared with you. So you specify the data /doso_grade.jjc. So this is the grid folder. Then here also you tell that whatever we are going to do, please put the results in the map folder also that you are going to have here. Then for cell 7, here I made a modification to it. So if you compare it to the previous one, you notice that I've actually made it easier for it to fit the work that we are doing. So the output base name here is doso. Then the boundary file is doso.shp. That's the boundary for the shapefile area which we are using. So remember, we have two different files. One is the grid and one is the boundary. So for us not to get confused, you load the two files. So first one will load the boundary for us, which is this one. I can rerun it so that you know the boundary, which is the boundary. So you actually see that, okay, this is the shapefile and it falls within the area of interest where we have. Then you also load the tiles. So you can also load the tiles. So when you load the tiles, you actually see that this is the tiles. Oh, I think I used the 0.5. Okay, so 0.5 is accepted, not 0.05. So you can also use the 0.5 because that's what I use here. I use the 0.5 grade. And we had 19 tiles, and the area of each tile is approximately 1 kilometer square or 1.5 kilometers square. So after loading the doso shape file, then the next thing is to create our query. At this cell, we won't do anything to it. We just click on run. Then, sorry, you won't do unless you change the query.pickle. Please, Bako, can you sum it up before I continue?
Unfortunately, I'm trying to generate the grid. So, Tankari, Aliou, tu peux résumer? Aliou?
Oui, Bako.
Oui, j'ai dit, tu peux résumer ce qu'il a dit. J'étais en train de reprendre
Vous me suivez?
les grilles là.
Ouais. Vous me suivez?
Oui, oui, allez-y.
Étant sur le... Bon, comme je ne peux pas bouger le curseur là, sa page là, donc il a un peu essayé d'expliquer les changements qu'il faut apporter sur le dossier 7 là, Create a Country Map. Premièrement, il faut qu'on ait la couche. Ensuite, afficher le grid. Et après, maintenant, la dernière étape, bon, Mr. Edward, you are very fast. When scrolling the page. Donc, je vais prendre ma page. Donc, il a parlé au niveau de la section 13, to create the query for running for the prediction pour la prévision. Après avoir s'assuré qu'on a les couches de la région. Donc, voilà résumé, hein.
Okay.
Ce que j'ai pu retenir de son passage. Mr. Edward.
J'ai compris aussi qu'il parlait de 0,05 comme largeur
Ouais, il
de
dit que
pays.
0,5
Il a
c'est
dit
bon,
qu'on
mieux de
peut même la faire
0,05.
avec 0,5 et il se rend compte même que ce qu'il a fait, c'est 0,5, ce qu'il a partagé avec nous. Donc, 0,05, tout comme 0,5, normalement, ça doit aller.
Okay, Edward.
Okay.
Go
So
ahead.
then the next step is to create the query. If you didn't change the query.pickle name at cell 3, at node 3, then please you maintain this pixel as this cell as it is. Ali.
Say it again, please, Edward.
Yeah, so for cell 13, the query.pickle is a file that was created in, I think, notebook 4 and notebook 3. If you didn't change the name query.pickle, then you can run the cell 13. But if you change the name, then please, you have to bring the new name that you use here. But I think last week we didn't change it, so it will still be query.pickle.
So please, which file are you referring to?
Sorry, this one.
Yeah, so I know, but you say if you change the name, which name?
So if maybe someone will do it doso, or someone might do it doso underscore query. Someone might change it, but if you didn't change it, you can maintain, you don't have to add anything to it.
We change it because I think they put Doso or they put the name, their own name to be sure that they can retrieve it so easily.
Okay, so if they are, then you should add the doso to it. But before that, please let's check whether, let's go back to the
Yeah.
folder, notebook 3. Please go back to the notebook 3 where we extract training features.
Donc, au niveau de notebook numéro 3, là, le nom des fichiers qu'on a donné, c'est ça qu'il faut vérifier. Notebook numéro 3.
I think it's in 4.
Ah, donc il parle de 4 encore. Where we say save the selected features.
Yeah.
At the end, bottom.
Yeah, at the end.
Cell 15, I think also. I don't know if it's the same.
Back up, which notebook?
You say number 4.
Yes.
Are you on number 4 or number 3?
I'm coming. I want to check something. Okay, back is 3. Notebook 3.
It's 3. Okay,
Yeah.
again.
Where we
Let's go to
specify,
3.
yeah, where we specify the semi-annual, the products you want to use.
Yeah, okay. So the cell 6.
Yeah, the cell 6. So where we specify the notebooks that you want to use, whether you want to use the semi-annual, the monthly, or the fractional cover. That's like below it. You see that there's a folder named query.pickle. If you didn't touch this, don't worry, then don't touch it. You can still maintain that name. But if you touch it, then when you come to the 7, you have to rename it also here. Please translate. Bako Ali.
So we did it, but I didn't understand that we have, there is a specific, we have to pay attention to it. So it means that when we have the query pickle, is it
Bako.
so the question now is we rename our files. Do we need to use them as they are, or we have to change them according to this quarry pickle.
Bako, please, please share your screen for me to see what was at your side. Did you change it or you didn't change it?
Let me share my screen. Can you see my screen?
It's now coming. Yeah, I can see it. Yes. So Bako, you didn't change it.
I didn't change it. I think during the training we didn't talk about this specific query.
Yes.
We didn't change it.
Yeah, you didn't. So you maintain it.
Yeah.
So you maintain it. That's good.
I think everybody maintain it. We didn't change it.
Yes. Yes. Okay, Bako, thank you.
So it means that which file we have to consider, which name of file we have to consider.
So go to the 7. Go to 7. No, you won't change anything. So you go to 7. The notebook 7. Yeah, notebook 7.
Notebook 7. This one?
Yeah. No, not that. So go down, scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down. Yeah, so you won't change anything. So that's where we are, but you won't change it. You won't change
anything.
Yes, we are good to go.
Okay.
So if you can stop sharing, then I can continue.
Okay. Okay, I'll stop.
Okay. So after that, then you will run the cell 13. After running the cell 13, you come to cell 14. The skip existing should be turned to false. You only turn to true when maybe you started the process, but along the line, it's cut, and you want to rerun the process again. Because the image is already generating for you, the system automatically go from where it ended before it continued. But if you put skip existing to false, it will always start from the first cell, the first grid, and will continue till it finish. But if it was running, then along the way, maybe something happened, then it stopped. But you want to continue from where it stopped, you put skip underscore existing to false for you to be able to continue from where it ended. Bago. Hello.
Edouard, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah, okay. So this command 14 means that the machine, the processing, if in case of trouble, it will automatically resume from where it stopped.
Yes, if you put the false to true, it will resume from where it stopped. But if you put it at false, it will start from 1 again.
If you put false.
Yeah, right now it's false, meaning it starts from the beginning. But if you put true, that means it will continue from where it ended.
So we have to use true.
So Bako, it depends on, we can put true there, but it depends on you.
Let's explain to others. Donc cette commande-là, elle permet, donc comme on a dit qu'on veut générer une carte à l'échelle d'une région qui est choisie, ça peut être le pays, ça peut être une entité spécifique comme Dosso ou bien Mouhoun. Alors, si vous mettez ça à force, ça veut dire que les grilles là que vous avez générées, il va commencer de la grille numéro 1 jusqu'à la grille finale. À un moment donné, il peut se retrouver au milieu et avec, s'il y a des problèmes, il va s'arrêter. Pour la reprise là, il peut reprendre exactement là où c'est arrêté quand vous mettez true, mais si vous mettez false, il reprend encore à zéro. Voilà, c'est ça, je l'ai dit, mais dans ce cas, il faut toujours mettre true. Ben, je ne sais pas maintenant quel est le contexte où il faut mettre le false, parce qu'avec le false, il reprend toujours à zéro. Imaginez si vous avez 0,05, le nombre de grilles que vous allez avoir, il y aura beaucoup de grilles. Donc, si chaque fois, il faut reprendre à zéro, parce qu'il y a coupure d'électricité, parce qu'il y a coupure d'Internet, mais je me demande quand est-ce qu'il va finir. So that other realities that we are facing, Edward, is that due to the power that we are trying to manage as we can, and the internet itself. So according to those two factors, why don't we see the possibility to use the true instead of the false to save time?
Marco, if when you're on the sandbox and maybe the internet fluctuates, it doesn't necessarily cut the process on the sandbox off. You lose connection to the sandbox, but the sandbox is still running. So, for instance, if you come back to the sandbox again, what you can do is you go to kernel, then you choose reconnect to kernel if there's a fluctuation. It will connect your interface back to the sandbox. If anything, if something is running, because the sandbox is running, it can take time. Like it won't cut off. But if the sandbox is ideal, and it maybe your internet goes off, that one you have up to 3 hours for it to shut itself down completely. But if you are running something and your internet fluctuates or there's a light out, if you come back to the sandbox, all that you have to do is come to kernel, reconnect to kernel. Sometimes if you come back to the sandbox, it will have been completed. So it will have given you your results. But if you just go to reconnect to the kernel, you will see all your results and everything done for you.
Ok, vous avez compris? Donc, il a dit que c'est pas parce qu'on on a l'Internet qui est coupé que nécessairement le travail de Sandbox s'arrête. Sandbox peut continuer à travailler en arrière-plan. Donc, si vous avez la connexion, vous pouvez dire de vous reconnecter à kernel et ça doit continuer vous pouvez interagir avec la machine. Autrement dit, c'est pas parce qu'il y a une coupure d'Internet que Sandbox s'arrête nécessairement. OK?
Okay, but can you continue?
Say it again.
Can we continue?
So, question. Maintenant, c'est bon, tout le monde a compris, on peut avancer ou bien il y a toujours des questions, il y a des zones d'ombre qu'il faut éclaircir encore. C'est bon, on peut avancer? OK, j'ai vu, avançons. OK, let's continue.
Okay. A minute. It's a minute.
On a activé le chat, ceux qui ont des choses, ils peuvent saisir directement en texto là, on peut suivre aussi. Hein.
Hey, sorry, my. Okay. So, and one thing that I also wanted to say is the skip existing. Suppose you notice that, oh, I have to remake the model. Please make sure that the skip existing is turned to false, because what it does is it looks at a particular folder to see if a satellite image is there. If it finds out that the predicted results is there, instead of it will tell you that the geotips are already existing. So if you make any changes in the previous notebooks, always make sure that the skip existing is turned to false.
Donc, tout changement que vous apportez dans les notebooks antérieurs, là, il faut vous assurer que le skip existing est toujours au niveau de false.
Okay. So after that, you come to the cell 15. All that you do at cell 15 is to execute it. Don't do it, just execute the cell 15. Then it will make the necessary prediction for each tile for you. I started it this morning because I needed to see the results. And it took me 2 hours, 15 minutes to complete predicting the crop type for the area, for each tile.
For each crop.
Yeah, for each crop. Yeah, for each crop. So it took me 2 hours, 5 minutes. So 2 hours, 6 minutes for it to complete the predictions and the probability that is a crop.
In the notebook 7.
Yeah, in the notebook 7. Then
So do you want to ask during only 2 hours to finalize everything? Because for me, the aim is to finalize and to see the result.
so for those two, if you follow you need 2 hours to finalize it. Then after so this prediction is for each tile, the 17 tiles that was created. So after that, you do the mosaicing to get 1 till far. You do the mosaicing to get 1 till far. Then after that, you save it. So that's how the notebook 7 works. You provide the grade for the area of interest, then it will do the predicting for you. And it took me 2 hours, 16 minutes for me to be able to complete it for those two. So for example, if you're going to do it for the whole of Niger, it might take probably 6, 7, or 8 hours if you're using the sandbox for it to be able to do all the prediction for you. So I will share my screen and show you the results.
How long it will take, please?
It can take 6, 7, or even more, 8 hours, the whole of Niger, before you can actually get the whole of Niger. So one of the things that you can do is you can also do it just as we did for Doso. And I want to share the Doso results with you. It's in a GeoTIFF format. Where are you? Okay. So we have the prediction. So this is the Doso. And we have the 5 classes. And you can style it. You want to style it, so you want to make it single pseudocode. No, you don't want, you want discrete so that it's completely changed. I want a nicer color. Let's check this here. Then we can classify them. So this is the crop. Let's go. Sorry, I did that wrong. What did I do? Okay. Yeah. So this is the results for DOSO, and this is adjective. Then you also have the probability map. So probability to tell you that the crop that is specified is like what he has told us. Let's go for this. So the probability to tell you that this crop, the probability to tell you that this crop is maybe this crop is probably millet. So these are the probability colors. So you have them side by side. And when you have this one also, you can superimpose the shapefile that you, the farm shapefile that you also have also on this area. So you can also superimpose the farm shapefile for this area just to confirm the results that you also see by visually inspecting the results. Hello.
We can hear you. We can hear you. We are following.
Okay, well, no translation.
I don't know who is able to translate. Tankari, tu as capté quelque chose, comme vous êtes du domaine? Ousmane?
Oui.
J'ai dit, vous avez pu capter quelque chose par rapport à ce qu'il a montré, les produits qu'il a générés?
Oui.
Le son, c'est entrecoupé là, Ousmane.
J'ai compris, mais j'ai une question.
Voilà. Donc, il faut peut-être expliquer aux autres avant de poser la question.
OK. Oui, donc le premier, c'est, comment dire, c'est les classes qu'on a fait. On a fait des classes de culture. Donc, on avait pris le mil, le sorgho, le vonzou, l'arachide, et il y a aussi un groupe où on a mis autre. Donc, ça, c'était la première carte qu'il a donnée. Maintenant, la deuxième, c'était les probabilités. Donc, au niveau du modèle, est-ce qu'il est sûr à 100%, à quel pourcentage il estime que la classification là est correcte? Donc, ça, c'est la deuxième carte qu'il a donnée. Donc, ça, c'est de 0 à, comment on appelle ça, à 100. Donc, c'est la probabilité, en fait, pourcentage qu'il a donné là-bas. Maintenant, j'ai une question que je voulais lui poser.
Okay. So he translated, he has one question now.
Okay.
Oui, la question. Il faut la poser peut-être en anglais.
Yes, Mr.
Français
Edward.
et anglais.
Yes.
Okay, d'accord. So my question is how to put in relation the crop type map that we have and the class of probability, like the probability, how to make these two maps in the relation. So do we have to consider a certain level of probability to be it acceptable or what? So, votre question, c'est en fait comment mettre en relation ces deux cartes-là. On a une carte de culture et une classification qui a été faite. Et de l'autre côté, on a une carte où on a des probabilités par rapport maintenant à la classification. Maintenant, ma question, comment mettre en relation ces deux types de cartes-là? Est-ce qu'il y a un seuil qu'il faut considérer à partir duquel, supposons un exemple, on dit si on casse à 70% ou bien à 60%, on pense que c'est cette culture-là, est-ce qu'on doit considérer ça? Donc, comment mettre en relation ces deux types de cartes-là? C'est là la question que je lui ai posée.
Okay. So, Edward, the answer?
Back it was in French.
Yeah, so no, the question is that we have you show you display two maps.
Yes.
So it means from here understanding there has to be a link between the two maps.
Yes,
So
there has to be a link
is it
between the two
possible to
maps.
have one map that can take in consideration the two informations, one from the probability and the one showing the crops, or you
Yeah,
have always to present them separately?
So there are two things. You can show them, you can display them separately. That's one. And the next one is you can use the raster calculator. to
okay.
provide a condition. So you only want band values that are greater than 70 in the way, how do you call it? You only want band values that are greater than 70 in the probability for the crops. Then it will do it for you. So then you can have one map whereby you can tell that all these maps or all these crops, the probability that is this crop is above 70%. So you can do that using the cages, or you can also use the sandbox. But I think here, if you have it in cages, you can actually play around with it much more better.
So this is the question. Right? Even now, I didn't hear the right answer that he is looking for.
Okay, so the answer is yes.
We have two.
It's possible.
We have two data. One data related to the crop types and related to the probability. How to make them, how to link them, and to get the crops on the map. Like Osman.
So you can do that using the raster calculator to filter them out to get one image. Hello?
Edward, can you hear us?
No, you went off.
Can you hear us? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Please, can you hear me?
Les autres suivent? Les amis du Burkina, est-ce que vous suivez? Jean-Marc, Etienne, vous êtes là?
Oui, d'accord, on est là-dessus. Je suis.
Oui. Oui, je suis également.
Vous êtes là?
Oui, oui.
La météo?
Oui, je suis d'accord, je suis là. Basé là.
Statistique agricole, c'est bon?
Oui, nous sommes là.
OK. Bon, maintenant nous sommes à ce niveau de la question posée par Ousmane, qui est celle de voir dans quelle mesure effectivement lier les deux cartes. Parce qu'on a une carte qui donne juste la probabilité pour connaître la culture et une autre qui dit voilà effectivement, voilà la culture. Et Ousmane a dit, est-ce que c'est possible d'avoir une carte qui donne les deux informations en même temps? On était là-dessus quand l'Internet a commencé à tanguer là. So, Edward, what is your suggestion to have only one map having the connection between the crop types and the probability to get the crop?
So my suggestion is to use the raster calculator to merge the two and just filter by the percentage you are interested in.
OK. Donc, Ousmane, tu as compris la réponse?
Oui, j'ai compris. Mais ça m'amène à une autre question encore.
Une question amène une question. So, your answer push him to ask another question. Perhaps this is not so sufficient. Ousmane, la question?
Oui, maintenant ma question, si on utilise le raster calculator, donc je suppose que c'est pour faire une sorte de filtre. On va prendre en compte un certain seuil. Maintenant, le seuil qu'on n'a pas pris, supposons qu'on prenne 70%. Maintenant, le seuil qu'on n'a pas pris, ceux qui sont en deçà de 70%, qu'est-ce qu'on en fait? Puisque c'est des points qui existent dans la carte, qui ont été classés comme une culture donnée, mais dont la probabilité n'atteint pas le seuil qu'on a fixé. Qu'est-ce qu'on fait maintenant de ceux-là?
So in case of using the raster calculator, Edouard, if you choose one threshold saying more than 50% or something like this, what about those that are less than the thresholds that we use? The crops exist and they are on the field. How to make them available in terms of to show them on the map? Or we have to drop them.
Yeah, so if you put a threshold above 50, what it means is that those below 50 will be dropped. because you don't have confidence in them that they are the crops that they say they are. So they will be dropped. So you only have confidence in the 50% above that. If they say that they are this, you believe that they are that. They are that crop. But those below 50, you don't have that confidence in them, so you drop them.
Donc, tu as compris la réponse, Ousmane, et qu'effectivement, si on se donne un seuil, là, on est sûr que là où on dit, par exemple, tous ceux dont la probabilité est au-delà de 70%, on les prend en considération. Ben, la finalité, c'est qu'il n'y a rien à faire. Ceux qui sont en deçà de ça, il faut les laisser tomber. Parce qu'on n'est pas aussi sûr que ça.
D'accord, merci, j'ai compris.
Voilà, merci. OK, good.
Okay. Thank you. So that one can be done, and I think I can even write a script for it, but it wasn't part of this discussion. So maybe probably later on, I can develop that script whereby you can just extract it based on the percentage you have so that you get only one mark.
OK. Donc, je pense aussi il va travailler là-dessus encore pour voir dans quelle mesure avoir une carte qui prend en compte les deux types de données. Le type de culture et la probabilité aussi que ça soit effectivement le type de culture à l'adresse exacte.
Okay. So the next one is the calculate crop statistics. This notebook helps us to know the area of crops, the total area for the crop map, for the crops for the study area. So you follow the same trend. We specify the dozo boundary. We specify the name dozo. This one will be maintained because you're going to use the resulted raster image. Then the model class. The name of the column. Here is region because dozo is identified at the region session. So you choose region here. Then you run it, then you get the area for each crop type. So arachide, mil, nebe, others, sorghum, and wanzu. But to make it much more nicer, we give it a plot. So you know which one actually contains a lot. And you can see that millet and nebe contributes much than the sorghum, bonzu, and the arachide. And this one you can also on the fly, you can also think, is millet dominant in dozu as compared to the others? Millet and nebe, are they dominant in dozu?
Ousmane?
Oui, c'est les cultures les plus dominantes, largement même.
Yes.
Okay, so if they are mostly dominant, then that means we can get our results. And this one is saved in a shapefile format whereby you can download it. So if you go to results, you go to crop stars, you have the dozo crop area here. You also have it in a JJC format for you. Let's download the JJC and let's see what it will come. Okay, so the number is the normal shapefile. There is a normal shapefile. Then you can have that is a normal shapefile, so don't worry about it. So you can have those. This is the CSV which you can download. So in case you want to do further analysis with the figures, you can have them here and you can work with it. So you can have them here. So nebe, all these values are for them. So you can get the statistical value from it, from the system.
So this is the area in hectare.
Yes, in hectares. Yes.
Hectare, okay.
But if you want it in kilometers square, you can also, I think they change it somewhere. So this is where the formula was applied to convert it to hectares. Yeah, yes, it's. So if you want to convert it to other two, you can also add it to it. Okay. So this is how the crop type mapping notebooks works from
Well,
the
hello,
beginning.
what? Hello, what?
Hello, Basi.
So it's not very clear for me about the connection between the area connection. How to connect from a hectare to a kilometer area. I don't know how to do it because
Okay, so hello, Basi.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so if you want to convert it to, by default, the area is
yeah.
in hectares for you.
Okay,
Okay, but if you want to convert it to meters
yeah,
or any other one,
yeah.
what you need to do is this side.
Okay,
This is the area that you change it.
okay.
So you have the crop marks here, then you crop type area, you have it here. Please a minute.
Okay. But hello.
Sorry. So this is the area you have to manipulate if you want to send it to square meter or
Yeah,
square kilometers.
yeah.
Yeah, you manipulate it at this area.
Okay, so this is by default is hectare. But say
Yes,
that
it's hectare.
for example, say, one square kilometer, how to do it? Because
So
the
let's see, convert
uh,
from hectares to square kilometer, right?
okay,
So we see the formula. So the formula is 0.0 what?
okay,
1.
mm-hmm.
So what I will do is, once I have this one in hectares,
Yeah,
they are here.
mm-hmm.
This is already in hectares. The
Yeah.
same thing is here. So what I'll do is I'll just multiply this one
Okay.
by
By the
that.
question. Yeah, okay, it's okay.
Yes. Then
Yeah,
I'll get it in square kilometers. But all that I have to do is, remember, I have to change the name
yeah,
to
okay, of course.
SK.
Square kilometers.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So that you don't get
Nice.
confused along the way.
Yeah. So now it's clear. Thank you.
That's, oh, don't mention. Oh, I have to start again. Sorry. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, Marco. So you did,
Control
hey,
Z.
yeah. So right now I've converted it to square. How do the name? I have to change the name here to, hey, sorry, I made a mistake. SQ, that's correct. There is something I have to check here, but let me check it. Yeah, I have to change this name to square meter. So although it has changed, I have to change this name to hectares. Okay. So you can change it from here straight ahead to get it in hectares. There are a lot of ways to do it. There are a lot of areas you can manipulate it, but don't let us confuse you. Just look at the area where change them here, then you get it in hectares. Okay, Bako.
Yeah.
Please, any more questions?
Est-ce qu'il y a des questions encore? Please go to the notebook number 7.
Okay.
Number 7. I think what is good for them to understand is the files that will be generated, the outputs.
Yeah. So the
You have to
output is
explain the
just
meaning of each output.
no. So the
After
output you are going.
after mosaic maps.
Okay. So mosaic means that right now we don't want the images in tiles. We want them as one file.
Okay.
So if you come to the maps results and you go to maps, you see that all the tiles that was generated will be there for you. But if you are going to download this one by one, it's going to be a problem for you. It's going to be headache. So we merge them here. So I don't know, these are the only two files that you need. The prediction and the probabilities. You only have to download this one. And that's what I downloaded and I uploaded it onto my QGIS, as you can see here.
Yeah, this explanation is very, very important. So go and explain again in the result maps. All the process, so, each process will generate 2 files.
Yes, prediction and crops, probabilities.
Yeah. And at the end, you will generate one that consolidated all of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's going to be this one. And this is the one that you need to create your map. To generate the map, and you need to create it.
Ousmane, vous avez compris cette partie? Donc, au niveau des résultats, chaque type de culture, là, vous avez la prédiction et la probabilité. Prédiction, probabilité, au niveau de chaque tile encore.
OK.
Donc, vous avez ça, til 0, 0, til 0, 0. Au niveau de 0, 0, vous avez prédiction résultat. Au niveau du numéro 1, prédiction résultat. Vous avez toute la série là qui est là, mais à la fin, ça fait une sorte de consolidation pour créer un fichier unique qui récupère l'ensemble des prédictions et un autre qui récupère l'ensemble des probabilités pour la... Donc, qui récupère les types de culture et un autre qui récupère les probabilités. La probabilité par type de culture. Et normalement, la taille n'est pas la même. Donc, vous voyez un peu, c'est ça. Les autres ont un peu les coordonnées ou les références des tiles. Mais ceux-là, les consolidés, ils ont merge. Ça va?
Oui, c'est noté, j'ai compris.
OK. Donc, c'est ça que vous utilisez. Pour le moment, c'est les deux qu'on a. Et ta question a porté justement sur ces deux fichiers-là, ces deux images. L'autre qui montre les types de culture et l'autre qui montre la probabilité pour que ça soit effectivement la culture indiquée, à l'adresse indiquée. OK. Autre question? Parce que pour faire tourner cette affaire-là, peut-être on sera là jusqu'à 17h. Bon, l'important est de comprendre ce que le programme fait. Après, chacun va tourner de son côté. S'il y a des questions, après, on se prend encore. On est ouvert pour répondre à toutes les questions.
Okay, so Bako, if no question, what I would say is practice will actually let you also get it much better. And I'm available here for you in case you want us to have this one-on-one discussion or if you encounter any challenge, just let me know on the WhatsApp page, then we can have a meeting to go through what you've done.
OK. Non, je pense que comme ça a été dit au cours de la semaine, hein,